A very good afternoon, sir. I am Shivanjal Gulati and I am going to present on the topics carbon-hydrogen ratio, calculated ignition index, and calculated carbon aromaticity index. So, starting on with the carbon-hydrogen ratio, it is the method of classifying the coals by determining the ratio that exist between the carbon and hydrogen present in them. So basically it is the amount or the ratio of the carbon to the hydrogen either on the weight basis or on the molecular basis present in the hydrocarbon material. So the materials with high carbon hydrogen ratio, example coal, are solid. So the materials which have high carbon hydrogen ratio are generally solid in nature, that is for example coal. So this ratio is useful as a preliminary indication of the quantity of the hydrogen needed to convert the hydrocarbon to gas or a liquid. So the lower the C by H ratio or the carbon hydrogen ratio, the higher the energy efficiency of the fuel and lower the emissions of the CO2 from its combustion. That means if the material has higher carbon hydrogen ratio, that means there is less number of hydrogen present in and the efficiency of the fuel is less. So the amount of hydrogen with the amount of more hydrogen, the efficiency increases and the CO2 emission decreases. So, for example, calculating the C by H ratio for the coal, which has about 65 to 85% of carbon and 4 to 5% of hydrogen on a dry basis. So, to do some calculations to determine the ratio of hydrogen to carbon or carbon to hydrogen, we take a dry 100-gram sample which has 80% of carbon and 5% of hydrogen. That is 80 gram of carbon and 5 gram of hydrogen. So to determine the number of moles for each, that is 80 gram upon 12 gram. 12 gram is the atomic weight of the carbon, that gives around 6.67 moles of carbon. 5 gram upon 1 gram of hydrogen, 1 gram is the atomic weight of hydrogen, which gives 5 moles of hydrogen. So the C by H ratio is equal to 6.67 upon 5, that is 1.34. So petroleum is primarily aliphatic chains. Those will have a carbon to hydrogen ratio less than 1. For example, heptane C7H16 has a C by H ratio of 0.4375. So for the different fuels, for example, natural gas and the heavy fuel oil, the carbon hydrogen ratio is lesser for that. Many glass manufacturers who switched between these two fuels have seen higher energy consumption in the case of natural gas and higher NOx emissions in the case of natural gas. This results in the flame of very low luminosity, and until now it was possible to improve the combustion results with the help of partial cracking of the gas, that is the formation and the growth of polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons within the flame. But new challenge for the high temperature processes with the injection of hydrogen up to 20% to a total gas composition. The flame will be less luminous and the calorific value can vary to a very high extent. So moving with the graph that shows the or hydrogen carbon ratio or the carbon hydrogen ratio for different fuels present. So as we can see, it is highest for the coal. It is nearly equal to 1, and it is lowest for hydrogen because there is no carbon present, so it is nearly 0. Between there is gasoline, propane, ethanol or natural gas. These are the trends of the carbon hydrogen ratio for different fuels. So moving on further with the calculated ignition index and the calculated carbon aromaticity index. Basically, these are the so CII, the calculated ignition index, is the index of the ignition quality of the residual fuel. The calculated carbon aromaticity index CCAI is somewhat same, that is, it is the ratio of the fuel which indicates ignition quality, because ignition is directly proportional to the aromatic content in the fuel. More the aromatic content, more is the CCAI, and more is the more is the aromatic index, more is the ignition quality of the fuel. So as we can see nowadays, the running of all the internal combustion engine is dependent upon the ignition quality of the fuel. For example, the spark ignition engines, the fuel has octane rating. For the diesel engine, it depends upon the type of fuels, and for the distillate fuels, the cetane numbers are used. So accepted method for the determination of the ignition of the residual fuel is currently not available, but however, it has been empirically established that there is a relation between the density, the viscosity, and the ignition performance of, and the shell developed CCI is the one presently most accepted indicating ignition delay. Although there is also developed calculated ignition index that we are discussing right now. So CCIs gives an idea of how much is the ignition is delayed. CCI basically gives how much is the ignition delayed after it is being combusted. So the higher the index, longer the delay. So CCAI can be determined with the limited accuracy by the enclosed nomogram. So moving on with the empirical formulas for the CCAI and CII, these are the formulas. So for the CII, it is 270.79 plus 0.1038 T minus 0.25456 D plus 23.708 log of V plus zero point 0.7, where the parameters are D equal to density at 15 degrees Celsius kg per meter cube, viscosity, V is the viscosity of the fuel, and T is the viscosity temperature. Formula for CCAI. The formula for CCAI is D minus 140.7 log of V plus 0.85 minus 80.6 minus of 210 ln of T plus 273 upon 323. So here the log is to the base of E, which is equivalent when we converted the ln to log to the base 10, the formula becomes this. So the parameters remain same, that is D equal to density at 15 degrees Celsius, and V is the viscosity, and T is the temperature of the fuel. Moving on further, that is the uses of CII and CCAI. So normally this gives a value somewhere between 800 to 880. So the lower the value, better the quality of the fuel. So the fuels which have the CCAI of higher than 880 are very much problematic, and we are unable to use in the diesel engines. They are of no use basically. So the low calculated carbon aromaticity index rating means better ignition, better fuel quality, and less ignition delay. Lower ratings are up to calculated of the value of the 850. However, the range is 850 to 950, in which 870 is the limit of the use, above which the fuel is unusable. We cannot use that fuel in the diesel engines. So for the medium speed engines, it is less than, or it should be less than 840. For the slow speed engines, it should be less than 870.
So the combustion starts with a short delay already when a small amount of fuel has been injected, and therefore the remaining quantity of the injected burns in a controlled manner. If, however, the delay is longer, the large amount of injected before the combustion starts, producing a quick and violent raise in the pressure. This produces a characteristic of diesel knock. So when the problem generally is related to the medium speed engines, when burning blended fuels is less than 200 CST here is viscosity. So, and the problem seems to appear in CCAI span, that is 850 to 890.
So thank you very much. That's all from my side. Thank you.